Hey yo, what's up guys, it's me, the Great What If, back in brand new video, and this is with deku was a reincarnation of Zenitsu. Now, originally, I was supposed to post this shit at Sunday, but I got tired of shit. I fell asleep mid-recording, no cap at all, and I was fucking pissed. Next morning, I woke up, my recording was still on, and my mic was literally drained, and I had to take at least 4 or 5 hours for it to completely recharge, alright? Look, I'm a human too. I need to go to sleep. And I did this around like what, 12, 1 a.m. And I fell asleep mid recording and I couldn't stand that shit. So I tried to do it the next day. That didn't work. I tried to do it the next day and fucking hell, mate. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. So today I'm doing this very early, alright? I don't think I have much else to do at school, so yeah. I think I only have one class for school, so I don't really have to worry anymore. And yeah, this is gonna be Fem Kaminari X Deku. UA is gonna be a college, alright? Under the line is gonna be 18 plus, so you better stick around to watch that out. Watch. But whatever. Enough of me? Oh, man. Alright. Sorry. Let's get right into this what if. So we're gonna start the story off with Inko Midori giving birth to Izuku at the hospital, alright? And she has been feeling very ill. Well, like, it started around the age of 16 for her, and it started to, symptoms started to show up, like she started to cough, and well, a lot of shit happened. Coughing out blood a little bit, or just feeling weak. But she's strong. She's a strong ass motherfucking of a mother. She has a six pack. She's lean. She's strong. Like, you just need her to carry a fucking huge box. She's like Mikasa 2.0. Like, literally. When Aaron's trying to, get that big ass bag, you see her, she carries at least twice the amount. That's her. That's her, literally. Anyways, I forgot to mention, this is how Kaminari is gonna look like, so, yeah. Anyways, while giving birth to Izuku, she has been feeling very, very weak, to the point where at least death is gonna come towards her. And she was thinking through her whole mind, like, is this really how I'm gonna go out? No. She's gonna still, keep on fighting. But her eyes started to get more dilated. She started to get more, at least, tensed in her muscles. Bro, it was fucked up for her. Like, literally, giving birth. And something happened over the years that caused her to have these type of symptoms that even she was still confused by. But then remembers the test. She didn't just grunted and just got pissed. She didn't realize what happened to her. And she was delusional from the start. But she pushed that thought behind her and focused on the baby. She did her best. And well, as the doctors pull Zuko out, they notice that he's very light. Too light for a child. But, they cut the cord and everything. They put Izuku up in a little blanket and they hand it towards Inko. The heart meter on her left side, she's laying down, on her left side, is slowly dropping. And Inko has barely any time to live. The doctors were confused on why, she's, well, in her physique, her whole muscular bod, how is she, slowly her heart rate is going down. So they were concerned. But Inko just held Izuku in her arms and just looked at him. Slowly, Izuku's eyes started to open. And Inko could just see the glimmering green eyes in his. Well, that explains the whole thing. And with a big smile on her face, she looked down at her child, saying one word, repeating that word over time: Izuku. Now, the doctors noticed that she was mumbling, so they got close to her, and one of the doctors heard the name Izuku. And the doctor, lifted up his head and says, ma'am, why are you, muffling? Are you alright? Do you need assistance or anything? But then they noticed quickly the heart monitor dropping. And this is bad. Like, the alarm started to go off, everyone started to rush in, and slowly, Inko's eyes just shut. Her arms slowly went down, and one of the doctors, or not doctors, nurse, ran towards Inko, grabbed the Zuku, and lifted him up. They looked in a heart monitor, and it was 0. Just a straight 0. And a bunch of doctors just ran in, trying to resuscitate her, trying to bring her back, trying to figure out why the hell is this happening to her, while little Zuku here is crying. And they tried their best to resuscitate her. They tried their best to bring her back. But it was already too late. She's far gone. Now, all the doctors put their heads down and, well, it's almost like they failed to save a life. And the nurse just looked down on baby Izuku crying. But the doctors now focus on Izuku. He's very light for a child his age. So once he checked out how many pounds he weighed around 4 pounds, which is bad. So the only way to keep Izuku alive at this point is to put him in I think it was incubator? Not an incubator. A chamber. I don't remember the name. I'm just gonna say it's called an incubator, alright? So they put him in this incubator, and they monitored his health. But one of the doctors told the nurse to call her husband. So they tried to call him by using his original phone, but they didn't get no answer. So they used his business phone. And well, by this time, Hasashi, he's in another country. And well, 10 girls laying around his bed, bro. This guy's be a simp, bro. He be fucking. But as Hasashi answers, the phone and says, "Who is this? I'm pretty busy, And the doctor, not the nurse. I mean, not the doctor. The nurse responds saying, "Sir, you need to come down here as fast as you can. I mean, I can't talk this over the phone, but you need to come here as fast as you can." But Hasashi responds, "What's so important that you have to disrupt my sleep?" The nurse responds saying, "Sir, I can't talk this over the phone, so please come back. Or whatever where you're gone, you better come back." Hasashi responds saying, "Bitch, why the hell would I come back? Better tell me right now." And she was taken back by this. She was shocked as fuck. Like, if you could see her expression, eyes open wide. And she was about to cuss back, but then she calmed herself and says, "Sir, your wife passed away, and your son is in critical condition. Get your ass back here." And Hasashi just, with a smile on his face, saying, "Oh, okay. One woman down, I have at least 9 girls right next to me, so why do I, care?" The girl was shocked. She said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And Hasashi just responds saying, "I don't know. Next time don't call me when I'm busy. Then I'll, talk to you, little shorty. Call me again if you want, some action. But anything else?" She just hanged up. And Hasashi just responds saying, "Hello? Shorty? You be sounding cute on the other phone. Hello?" Huh? Oh, she hanged up. Anyways, round 2, ladies. But at this point, she's just fucking fuming. The doctor comes in and says, "So, did you contact him?" The nurse says, "That motherfucker." And the doctor says, "Whoa, calm down. What's wrong?" The nurse responds saying, "Don't make me pull out the 9. I'll tell you what's wrong. This guy is a fucking hypocrite, slutty ass of a man. I don't even know how she married this guy. What the fuck? I'm done. I'm quitting. Fuck this job. And she just upright left. The doctor was confused. And before she left, the doctor said, "So, does she have any other contacts?" And the nurse responds saying, "I don't know. At least they won't be much of a douchebag." So the doctor just sighs, saying, "Oh, God. Let me just do it." So he just looks for other contacts instead of, Hisashi. So they, upon reaching one other contact with the title Dad. Now, Inko has a, a father, grandpa, you know, uh, Izuku's grandpa, alright? And things are about to get spicy from here. Anyways, as the doctor called Inko's father, he picked up and says, "Who is this? And why are you calling me?" The doctor says, "Hello, I'm from blah 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 hospital. Your daughter sadly passed away." And the other line was silent. I think you can hear some muffling, but overall it was silent. Then the old man responds saying, oh, what happened?" The doctor says, "I'm sorry, but I can't talk this over the phone." The old man just responds saying, "You just told me my daughter is dead. You better tell me what the fuck is happening." The doctor responds saying, "It's better if you come down here and check it for yourself. And also, you're a grandfather. Gramps." And on the other line, he's silent as fuck. He doesn't even want to say one word. He can't tell if he's happy or sad. So the old man on the other line says, "Alright, I'm coming." And the doctor responds saying, "Alright, please come as fast as you can, though." And the old man says, "Don't rush me." So he hangs up. 2 hours pass, and an old man starts to walk to the hospital, alongside two other bodyguards with swords. One man is wearing an owl mask, and the other has scars all over his face. Both of them have a serious look. All of them wearing old-fashioned kimonos. And as the woman who was taking in other patients, and I think it was called, I forgot the name, but fucking hell. It was a girl on the front counter, that's all I'm gonna say. As she sees two big-ass men with swords on their, hips, and one of them wearing an owl mask, and another fully scarred, she was outright terrified. She thought they were villains. She was about to, call 911. But then she sees the old man and says, Yoda? Yoda, is that you?" The old man just looks at her and says, "I'm sorry. Did you come here to visit someone? Please don't kill me." And the old man says, "Where's my grandson?" And she responds saying, "Okay, what's your name?" "Kiri Midoriya." And she responds like, "Oh, just take the stairs up and you'll see an office upstairs." She was outright terrified. These two grown-ass men just looked at her. And she could tell from one of them was wearing an owl mask. And she could tell that this guy's looking straight at her, even though he's wearing an owl mask, which actually terrifies her. And, well, all of them start to walk, you know, right next to the old man. And once they get up the stairs and to the office, he was greeted by the same doctor who talked to him over the phone. He then starts to tell what happened and how this came about. She was pregnant, which the old man was surprised because he did not know that his daughter was pregnant. So, as the doctor and the old man started to talk, the old man finally cut to the chase and asked where his grandson is. So the doctor led these three to where Izuku's room is, where they saw these wires all over Izuku and just medical equipment all over him. The old man saying, "What's wrong with my grandson?" The doctor responds saying, "Well, we weighted his weight and he's around 4 pounds, which is kind of dangerously low. And we need to keep him here to monitor his health. He'll probably stay here for at least 2 weeks. And, well, then we'll be able to give it to you." The old man was confused and says, "What about the husband? Where's that son of a bitch?" And, well, the doctor responds saying, scratching his back, not back, scratching his head, saying, "I'm sorry, but it appears that he's not coming." The old man, with his fist just fucking ready to punch someone, balled up, ready to jump someone's ass, says, "Where in the fuck is he?" The doctor was, well, scared. He then saw two of the men behind him, drawing slowly their swords. And the doctor says, "Please don't draw your swords here, please. I don't know where the hell he is." He just says, "Somewhere, I don't know." I just called him using his business phone, business number. Sorry. And the old man says, "All right, I'll find him myself. But remember, if you know anything or anywhere he is, call me." And the doctor says, "Will do." And as the old man turns around and looks through the window and sees that his grandson is with all these medical wires and everything, it brought pain in his heart and sorrow. But then he turns around saying, "Where is his daughter?" As the doctor shows where, well, still laying on the bed. The two men stand by the door. They don't go inside. But the old man just walks in alongside the doctor. But then the doctor was grabbed by two of the men, and the doctor was confused on saying, "What the hell? Why?" Two of them just look at him, and the doctor knows immediately what this means. The man wants his space. So the two men grab the doctor and push him out, close the door, and just looked at him. They don't even say a word. As the old man walks in and just sits down in a chair, looking on his, well, daughter's corpse, he wept and says, "Why did you leave?" Now, I don't know what to do. Why did you go and be with that stupid ass man? You were so strong. You were stronger than all of us. So why do you have to go up and die like this? Disgrace. He balled up his fist, veins popping out. He wanted to hit something, but he just balled up his fist in anger and wept. Tears flooded down his cheeks and just landed on his fist. He just put down his head to show respect and said, "You were the greatest demon slayer there ever was." I miss you. Forever, my daughter. My little Inko. And 10 minutes pass. The old man gets out of the room. The doctor says, "Are you alright?" The old man just looks at the doctor saying, "Do you think I'm alright? My grandson is wired by all these medical equipment, and my daughter is dead. How do you think I feel?" The doctor just quiets. Silent. The old man responds saying, "I'll come back 2 weeks' time. By this time, I want my daughter back in our hands. We'll bury her properly. In 2 weeks' time, we'll come back and we'll bring our grandson back. Bring him back home." The doctor doesn't even, retaliate or anything. He knows the grief that he's going through. He has seen it throughout the halls of this hospital. He has seen death. So he understands the old man's pain. And just says, "Yes, sir." not 2 weeks later, 2 days later, they prepared a funeral. They bring her body back to where her birthplace was, her home, and buried her on top of the mountain, where she's able to just see everyone that's under the mountain. It was raining. Thunder and lightning struck. Everyone was wearing black kimonos and an owl mask. Even the old man was wearing an owl mask. As they buried her body, all of them just looked down and showed respect. Lightning and thunder erupted in the mountain. Rain covered the air. As the rain covers the man's mask, signifying their cries. The old man looks up and the clouds are dark and says, "Even the heavens are weeping for you now, Inko. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry." At least a week and a half passed, and they were able to bring Izuku back to their birthplace, to Inko's birthplace, to his real home. And we're gonna, time skip 4 years now. And Izuku is running around, playing in the grass fields, dandelions everywhere, as yellow and bright as the sun itself. He was feeling amazing. And he would just constantly run around with the other kids. And at this time, he really wanted to become a hero, or someone. He was happy with the life he was given. Their state was far away from the city, so they're in a rural area. And well, he doesn't really have to worry. He has friends, family as well, aunts, cousins, and just overall family. But sometimes he always thinking about his family, his father, his mother. He was never told of who his father was, but his mother was buried on top of the mountain, so sometimes he might not be able to reach it at time. But that didn't stop him. Every now and then he will go to a special shrine that held her sword. It was open, and they put these straws in, and they put a lighter in it to show some smoke or something. I don't know what's it called, but he will constantly pray on it and just hope for good fortune for his mother. He will constantly play with the other children, and he didn't really have to worry. And he wanted to know, this modern era about quirks. He was really happy and hoping that he gets his own quirk. But as the other children started to show symptoms of their own quirks, Izuku didn't get none. And That kind of concerned Izuku. So, one time when he head back home from playing outside, he asks his gramps, Yuri Kiri, if they can go to the hospital and check that he has a quirk or not. But he responds saying, Izuku, you might not be happy to know the truth. But Izuku just responds saying, but I want to see what my power is. I seen other kids have their powers, but I don't know what mine is. And what if it doesn't show up? The old man just comforts Izuku, saying that his power will come one day, either in a different form or any form at all. Now, Izuku would keep on persisting his own gramps to take him to the hospital and see if he can get his quirk or not. But the old man would only respond saying he might not like the truth. But Izuku keeps on, nudging his gramps and telling him that he wants to go and check, just to make sure, at least. And, well, Gramps fell for Izuku's baby face, alright? He loves Izuku. He absolutely loves him. He's fun to, run around and play. And when he's teaching his students, Izuku would just imitate, or, when his old man is playing with a sword, Izuku would often imitate that with a stick. And, well, Gramps could see the potential in Izuku. So, just to make Izuku happy, he took him to the hospital. It took a couple hours to get there, but he took a bullet train. So once they head to the hospital, Izuku was running around in the hospital, full of energy. It was actually pretty happy. And Gramps was just sitting down, wearing his kimono. And if you're wondering what his kimono is actually, well, greenish and black. Black on the interior and green, like in the picture right here. Now, as the doctors see Izuku and calls his name, they tested Izuku and everything, and as Izuku's just sitting down in his office, and his Gramps is sitting right next to him, calmly, trying to tell Izuku to calm down, the doctor comes in saying, well, I don't know how to say this. Gramps already knew what the answer is going to be. But Izuku just sat down and tried to listen. The doctor responds saying, sorry kid, it seems to me that you're quirkless. Izuku was stunned. And he didn't know what to say. The doctor then just keeps on saying that he has something here that makes him quirkless, and sadly, he doesn't have a quirk. But then Izuku responds saying, could I be a hero without a quirk? And the doctor says, sorry kid, you're never gonna become a hero. The old man was angry, but he knows that if Izuku isn't told the truth, Izuku's not gonna move on forward. Instead, he's gonna keep on looking back. And Izuku cried a little. And the doctors, preceded him outside the door and just apologized once more. But as Izuku was, walking back to the station, he cried. And, the old Gramps saw Izuku cry, and, it mirrored Inko. Izuku had his lush green hair. It was pure green, not even a hint of black. And if a little memory of his, the old Gramps, flashed, and while looking down at Izuku, is almost looking down on Inko, her little daughter. He then knows what to do next. While he got home, Izuku cried on his, bed. But as the old man knocks on the door, Inko, not Inko, Izuku lets the old man in. The old man responds saying, "Are you alright, Izuku?" Izuku responds saying, "I'm not sure. I wanted to become a hero. I really do. But I don't know how. I don't have power." But the old man just says, "Look, Izuku, what do you think your purpose in life is?" Izuku got up and, well, started to think about that question. What is his purpose in life? The old man responds saying, "What do you think it is, Izuku?" Izuku responds saying, "Definitely not being a hero." And the old man says, "Then don't be a hero." Izuku looked up and saw his Gramps looking at him. Be who you wish to be. If someone says that you can't be a hero, then prove them wrong. Prove that you could become a hero. Or more, prove that you are something in life. What do you think your purpose is, Izuku? Everyone here is born with a purpose. I have seen the strong prey on the weak so many times. And I don't want you to become weak, Izuku. Not want you to, well, over the years know that you're weak. Just because some person told you that you don't have a quirk. Let me tell you a story, Izuku. When I was your age, I didn't have a quirk. Izuku looked up and says, "Wait, you were quirkless?" "Yes, I was quirkless. So was my family, and so was your mother." Izuku eyes open wide and says, "Wait, my mom was quirkless?" "Of course. But if you see, all my families were quirkless, but I have seen them do amazing things. I saw them jump high. I saw them use lightning." "Well, I could teach you how to use it." "Wait, lightning? I thought people only with quirks. I thought they had quirks." "Izuku, everyone here is quirkless. So was our family blood. You see, let me tell you a little story. There were once 3 warriors. Their names was Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke. These 3 was known down through history, only through books and stories, of how they defeated the great Muzan, the demon. And Izuku was very intrigued on this story, so he sit up, listened. And the old man says, "These 3 were quirkless." "Wait, they were quirkless? But how did they defeat a demon? Didn't it have a lot of powers?" And the old man just flicks Izuku's forehead. And Izuku just touches, holds to his forehead and just says, "Ow, what was that for?" The old man says, "Let me finish my story then. You see, these 3 had their own technique, their own style. Water breathing, fire breathing, lightning breathing, and many more. These 3 were the best of the best. Some say they're supposed to be Hashira by then, but knowing them, they would probably be around 16 by the time they defeated Hashira. Muzan." And Izuku responds saying, "So they defeated the demon with breathing? How does that work?" And the old man just looks at Izuku and says, "Well, breathing lets them use everything from their bodies from their techniques and their skill. Breathing is power. And Izuku just exhales and inhales and says, "So I have powers now? Could I shoot lightning out of my fingers?" And the old man just hits Izuku in the head, saying, "Shut up! Look, it's not easy. It'll take hardship and skill to learn these types of techniques and forms. But the only thing I'm saying is, if you really wish for having purpose in this life, do you wish to have these types of powers? Do you wish to have a purpose?" Izuku responds saying, "Of course, I want to have a purpose. I want to be a hero." Then old Gramps just gets up and says, "Well then, I'll train you to become a hero. And I'll train you in the art of a demon slayer." And Izuku was confused. He says, Gramps, did you lose some brain cells? I can't do anything without power." And the old man just responds saying, "Power isn't everything in this world, Izuku. Intelligence and technique is all that you need. You don't need great strength to take down a boulder with just a little flick of your wrist or a flick of your finger. No. You just need technique, skill, and overall, a will." And Izuku responds saying, "A will?" And the old man responds saying, "A will to survive. So I will teach you everything that I know, Izuku. And remember, you always have me on your side, who will always believe in you." Izuku's eyes glimmered in hope and says, "Please, teach me, oh great master." And the old man just chuckles, rubbing Izuku's hair. And it flashes again, showing Inko. The old man's happy face slowly turned down and says, "Alright, Izuku, tomorrow morning we'll get to training." Izuku responds saying, "Wait, what? Training? I thought we were gonna get when I'm older." And the old man responds saying, "Oh, I bet you're already young, right? You have the power of youth on your side, so I'm not really much worried. See you tomorrow morning." And Izuku was, well, concerned. And well, if you're wondering how come Izuku's not in school or anything, he's being self-taught. His school is his house. His old man is teaching Izuku everything. He's homeschooled, that's all I'm saying. So, by the age of 4, Izuku will start training harder and harder and harder. And every day it felt like hell. They would train every single day. Sometimes they would run up the mountain, run down the mountain, over that every day. Train Izuku how to carry boulders. Teach him the art of fucking thunder breathing. Everything. And once Izuku was 16, Izuku was a fucking OG of a fucking boss. And over the years, he had gone memories of someone in his position. Whenever he's scared, he always get recollections of memories and everything like that. One time, when he was 10 years old, he would run away from his own Gramps, saying that his training is so harsh that he'd rather live out in a suburban area than train. So he ran away from his, well, Gramps and got into a tree. He didn't start to get a feeling that he has already done this before, but he just puts it to his side. Once the old man ran towards Izuku and says, "Izuku, get down from that tree this instant." And Izuku responds saying, "No, I refuse. I don't want to do this training anymore. Please, Gramps." And the old man just responds saying, "No, don't call me Gramps. Call me Master." But Izuku responds saying, "But I love you, Gramps." And the old man started to blush a little, saying, you know. But he just shook that away from his head and says, "Get down here this instant." And the storm started to come in. The sky started to dark. Thunder and lightning started to spark. And the old man looked up and says, "Oh shit. Izuku, get down." And Izuku did not. He did not want to get down. He refused. He would either live in that tree than get down there. And Izuku responds saying, "I will never leave this tree." Boom! A huge lightning strike hit the tree, and Izuku fell. And as Izuku fell, he hit the ground. His hair got darker, almost like a burnt broccoli. That's how Izuku looks like, and that's how he got his black hair, blackish greenish hair. And the old man just pokes Izuku with a stick, seeing if he's dead or not. Sadly, he is. Wait, sadly, he isn't. He's still alive, so they would train more and more. Even though he got struck by fucking lightning, they still trained. And Izuku, right now, he enhances hearing, enhances physical prowess, enhances reflexes, his immense speed, enhances mental prowess, and keen intellect. He also has unconscious combat, and he got that from his Gramps. Every night, when Izuku was very tired, his Gramps would come in his room with a full-on wooden sword and hit Izuku, testing his reflexes. And Izuku would always try to get away, and sometimes when he's unconscious, he would either run away. And Izuku was trained in the way and art of a sword. It would train every day, and this time Izuku would just want to die. Like, he was so scared. He sometimes, when coming down the mountain, he felt like he's gonna die. His own fucking master put booby traps all around the fucking mountain, and he felt like he's gonna die every single day. His muscles were torn to shreds. It felt like he was in hell. And he kept on having memories of something like that, like something that he has been through before. His Gramps started to teach Izuku thunder breathing and total concentration breathing. Whenever he goes up the mountain, whenever there's lightning and thunder, he was forced to to do forms while there's lightning and thunder striking near him. And his Gramps will always tell him, tell him to be like thunder. So Izuku would just do handstands, doing like thunder signs. Is that how I do it? And fucking his Gramps would just face palms and says, "No." But by the age of 16, Izuku would perfectly do all his forms. Perfectly. The thunder breathing, constant breathing, total concentration breathing, got that under wraps. And Izuku was ready. But he wasn't the only one there on that mountain. Whenever he sparred with his grandfather, Izuku always felt like someone was, looking at him or seeing him from a distance. One time, when his Gramps taught everything to Izuku, his Gramps left Izuku on that mountain. Before he left the mountain, he showed Izuku a boulder and says, "You have to cut this boulder in half using that sword." Now, the sword I was talking about is called I think Norichi sword. If I get that wrong, please don't roast me in the comments, alright? The Norichi sword. He was showed on how to use it properly. Cutting through bamboo sticks like it was nothing. Horizontally. And perfectly. And Izuku was taught that. By her early age, he already got this, the sword perfectly. Everything was going well. And his lightning breathing forms were just great. So, his final task was to cut this boulder in half, which seems like it was, very easy. So once Izuku tried to cut it in half, a sharp pain hit him on his spine. That his old sword vibrated and it went through his whole body. And it just fucking vibrated his whole body. He's like, what the fuck? And his old man just left Izuku there. So Izuku performed that stroke once, twice, 3 times. And he just couldn't. He couldn't break it. He even tried using one of his signature moves, thunder breathing. But it didn't cut through it. At this point, Izuku was getting frustrated. So every time he tried to cut it, it just couldn't cut. But then he sees a woman in a tree laughing at him. Izuku looked up, and that woman's hair was bright green, wearing an owl mask. A white owl mask. The woman just glided down and just landed on top of the boulder, laughing at him, saying, damn, you couldn't break this? And Izuku just says, hey, I could break it. Watch me. And just one more time he tries to break it, but he couldn't. And he did that once, tried, a couple of times, but that didn't work either. The woman started laughing at Izuku, just pointed at him and started laughing. And Izuku just looks at her and says, what are you laughing at? And the woman starts saying, I couldn't believe you were this weak. I mean, I could cut this without, lifting a finger. And Izuku says, what? No, you can't. And the old woman, not old woman, the lady with bright green hair says, of course I did. And I know for a fact you can do it too. So then she started to reveal a wooden sword. And Izuku says, where the hell did you get that from? And the woman just says, don't worry about it. But you're about to catch these hands. And just fucking hit Izuku. 1, 2. Using a wooden sword, mindfully. And Izuku, tried to strike back, but she was too quick. All Izuku saw was bright yellow. Not actually bright yellow. Bright green and yellow. She was so fast that the air around itself started to, vibrate. And Izuku all just saw glimpses of green and yellow. And Izuku's just looking around. And just notices her speed was masculine, perfection, amazing. And Izuku looked up and noticed her just sitting on the boulder. Izuku responds saying, what the hell? How the hell? How? And the woman responds saying, you can do it too, kid. You just need some practice. So I'll teach you. And Izuku looked confused and says, teach me? How are you going to teach me? And she then strikes Izuku once more, battling out with Izuku. And she just folded Izuku like a fucking omelet and just beat the shit out of him. Izuku's sword was upright. And Izuku was just laying flat on the floor. Izuku got his hands folded. His body folded. Everything about him folded. And Izuku just lay there on the floor, dazed. And the woman just responds saying, damn. I can't believe it. You're really... You just can't say weak, but at least you tried. But I'm going to teach you. So get your sword up and fight me. So occasionally Izuku would spar with her. And she was a little bit taller than Izuku. And she had mean sex abs, bro. She was lean. And Izuku would constantly fight her every day, and would get actually better and better and better. And then it started to snow. Izuku's hair got a little bit bigger every time. Who knows how long he has been up that mountain without eating. But Izuku was determined to beat her. And she was able to. He was able to. Two of them looked at each other, and she used her sword. Her sword color was vibrant green, with a hint of black. And Izuku took his stance, and she took her stance. Both of them gone in a flash. Izuku slowly bringing his sword closer and closer, slicing the mask in half, just like in Demon Slayer. And the mask fell down, revealing Inko's face with a big smile, saying, "You finally did it." And Izuku looked past her and noticed that the boulder was cut in half. Izuku was excited and was, amazed that he could ever do it. Slowly, the old man started to get up the mountain and says, "I'm proud of you, Izuku. I couldn't believe it. You actually broke the biggest boulder we ever have. To be honest, I didn't really know or think that you would ever succeed, but you actually did it. I'm proud of you, my grandson." And just gave him a big, happy hug. And Izuku's pretty short. He's 4'5". He's pretty short. And yeah. No, I'm gonna put him around like 5 feet, and Gramps is around like 4 to 5 feet. And both of them hug each other. A wholesome hug. Now, Gramps just looks at Izuku and says, "Are you ready for the final selection?" Izuku responds saying, "What final selection?" The old man responds saying, "Since you cut that boulder in half, I want you to take the final selection. That's located on Mount Fujikasi. I think it's called. I'm not really sure how it's called." And Izuku responds saying, "And what am I supposed to do up there?" The old man responds saying, "Kill demons." Izuku erupted with a big scream saying, "What the fuck?" And that's where I'm going to end it up, guys. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like if you like it, dislike it. I'm sorry if it's not really good, alright? Please don't hate on me. And I did my best, alright? Sure, it's not much of a reincarnation of Zenitsu, but hey, I'm doing my best, alright? So, hey, stay safe.